Once you realize that this is a game of frequencies, and you are the creator, and that circumstances don't matter, only state of being matters, then the game is over, my friend. You have won. You receive everything that you desire, not because you've earned it, but because you are it, and that you've realized that you are it. I want you to think about this for a second. Most kings and queens didn't earn their status, their power, their riches, their royalty, right? They were given it. They inherited it. Now, God, or life, the universe, that is your king. And you don't have to earn your place in this universe. You do not have to earn your right to be, to live. You do not have to prove your worth. But along the way in this life, we have picked up stories and beliefs that argue against our inherent, innate worth, that deservability of that royalty, of that luxury, of that abundance that we are. You see, by divine right, merely by the fact that you exist, by your virtue of being, are you worthy of everything that you want and more. It is your divine inheritance, but you must realize that, you must remember that, and you must become that. Because along the way, we have bought into stories and beliefs that have made us become seemingly unworthy within our frequency. And as I define frequency, it is the state of being that you most occupy frequently, right? It is the frequency of occupying that state of being that is creating your reality based on who you believe you are. That's what you've become. And so the only work that you have to do is to uncover all the beliefs, frequencies, expectations, assumptions, attachments that are holding on to a reality that are less than your divine royalty. When you remember that you are pure light, that anything is possible, when you remember that I am that I am the creator, I am at the source of my life and experience, and by the frequency that I am embodying, I create my reality, and I receive what is equal to that sense of self. You see, it's not about earning. It's not about deserving. It's not about what you've done that proves your worth. It's about who you are, right here, right now, who you're being. That's merely a shift of identity. That is merely the elevation of your frequency. That is merely the willingness to claim and own the divine inheritance of your true self, the son or the daughter of the King of Kings, the Creator. You are not apart from that. I really want you to feel into this. All the ways in which we have been brainwashed to try to earn, to deserve, to prove, to try to get somewhere, to try to become someone. It's all futile, it's all in vain, and it's all working against the actual true mechanism of reality, of the universe, which is that everything is already within you, already inside of you. And so it's not a matter of doing anything to get there. It's really about undoing everything that's gotten you here. And to remember your true infinite worth, not as a thought, not as a mental construct, not as a mere belief, but as a feeling, as a tangible, experiential reality, a sense within yourself, a knowing. You see, this kind of a feeling, this knowing, goes beyond belief. Just like you don't need to believe that Santa Claus isn't real or that your toys are not real anymore like you were when you were a child. You know what you know. And when you know that I am, And by the fact of my existence, I am worthy of what I desire. And the only thing that I need to do, the only work that I need to do, is to unbecome everything that is interfering with that. And when you shift that one thing, that self-concept, and align with that reality, then everything that is congruent and in alignment with that reality comes to you. But you have to be able to hold that frequency. You have to be willing and courageous enough to align with that version, that truth. Because every which way you look, you're being bombarded constantly by reflections and echoes of the past that are trying to get you to buy back into what's familiar, what's safe, what's comfortable, that false sense of security, out of fear, out of survival, all just trying to get your attention. You see, attention is the currency. Where your attention goes, energy flows. And the energy, the infinite energy that you have at your disposal, is often being leaked into realities, into ideas, into versions of you that are far less than who you truly are. Pure royalty, infinite abundance. Everything that you want is already within you, but you must remember who you truly are. And you must act. You must act on the inspiration that comes out of the alignment with that true self. That's the path of least resistance. And your way is the way when you are in alignment with who you truly are. What feels the best, what is the most exciting and inspiring, what lights you up, what brings the most joy to you and everyone around you, that is the way. And then you don't need strategies, you don't need tactics, you don't need methods, you don't need prescriptions, you don't need all these fancy manifestation magic tricks. They're just not true. When you're in alignment, all that you really need is your emotional guidance, which comes from that signal of your true self. You are constantly being guided on the path of least resistance to everything that you want and more, through your intuition, through your inspiration, through that inner intelligence. It is an inner game. And everything that you're being told by everyone around you and on YouTube and all this stuff about what you need to practice and what you need to learn and how you need to do it, it's all based on belief. It's not known. When you act on what you know to be true, what you tangibly, directly from your personal experience know to be true, from the guidance that's within you, don't you see that you're already the master of your reality? You're already the creator of your life. This is a game of self-trust. This is a game of knowing who you are. It's a game of frequency. When you allow yourself to shift into the frequency that feels of the highest order, of pure royalty, then everything that is for you comes to you effortlessly. Again, I'm kind of speaking in circles here, but it's because I want you to attune to this. You are the only gatekeeper to everything that you want. And out of fear, out of insecurity, out of a sense of failure or losing face or rejection or whatever else it is that we've been programmed with in this life, these are the only things within you that are holding you back from truly embodying this. And when you shift into alignment with that self, that king or queen that you are already inside of you, and you act from that place, then it is done. It is yours. That is the beautiful thing about this, is that you are the only one that can hold yourself back from everything that you want and more. And then you can use your circumstances, your relationships, your external reality as an excuse to justify why you are where you are. But you're creating that too. You are never a victim of your circumstances. You are always the creator. And you are so powerful in that you can even create the illusion that you are at the receiving end of life, that you are not at the source of it, that you are in a way a victim to life, to your circumstances, to other people. That's the illusion that you can create for yourself. But you can also create the pure magic, the pure synchronicity, the pure wild adventure of being at the source of your life and having a streamlined experience where everything comes to you effortlessly by virtue of your frequency. And again, the courage to step out of the status quo, to break the mold, to change the game, to be unwavering in that frequency, to act courageously and bravely in alignment with who you truly are and on your inspiration. That is how you create a whole new world. That's how you build the whole new game. That's how you enroll others into this vision of a whole new humanity. It is why you are here. It is the legacy you are meant to leave behind. It is what you are here to create. And if you're still with me and you want to join me and 11 other creators, because there's one more spot in my Vortex Mastermind, a 12-week experience to collapse time and space, to shift and embody the frequency of your true self and manifest your desired reality. And comment Vortex down below. I'll send you more information about it. We're going to be beginning this weekend, so chances are by the time you see this, there will only be a few hours left. So if you're feeling the call, if this resonates and you're ready to shift, comment Vortex down below and I'll send you more details.